welcome to Knott Hall on the historic campus of Loyola Blakefield for the basketball game between your Loyola Dons and the St. Francis Academy Panthers. I'm Joe Eldridge, here with Brooks Markle today to bring you this game. Earlier this afternoon, I had the opportunity to speak to John Dixon about today's game. John, as one of the three returning seniors, how have you guys been able to connect on the floor?
As one of the three returning seniors, we've been able to connect on the floor pretty well. We communicate through everything. We try to lead our team to the best of our abilities, teaching them all the things that we know about the game, having been in the program for a very long time.
And you're one of the more elite defenders on this team. How have you been able to contribute on the floor?
Using my athleticism, I use that to my advantage and helps me be a versatile athlete.
And how are you guys looking to secure the win against St. Francis today?
Defense first. Our defense will create our offense. That's what we have to do first.
Thanks, John. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Brooks, going into today for the Dons, what are you expecting for the Dons today?
Well, I mean, they have to be disciplined with the ball as last game, or not last game, but, against AACS in their first home game and first game of the season. They were very undisciplined, not breaking the press. And if St. Francis had the ability to watch that game, they would know that you want to attack the guards. And not saying that the guards for Loyola are bad, but, Gavin Walsh and Cam Smith seem to be the best players in those games. So you want to make those guards turn it over as they weren't very disciplined with the ball and get them into that press.
Definitely. Today is definitely one huge matchup going against the nationally ranked number 32nd St. Francis Academy Panthers, led by four-star and Maryland commit number 10 Julian Reese. The Dons also have to deal with the mighty scorer for St. Francis, number 3 Kyrie Staton, who in their last game against Archbishop Spalding put up 31 points. And heading into this game for the Loyola Dons, starting it'll be at point, number 10, Ryan Johnson. At the 2, number 4, John Dixon. At the 3, number 1, Cam Smith. At the 4, number 22, Gavin Walsh. And at the 5, number 20, Charlie Hepting. And starting for the St. Francis Panthers, it's going to be number 3, Kyrie Staton. Number 5, Jonathan Lamont. Number 10, Julian Reese. Number 13, Byron Ireland. And number 22, Derek Queen. At the center circle for the tip, it's going to be number 1, Cam Smith, and number 10, Julian Reese. It's going to be St. Francis winning the tip. Reese guarded by Smith at the top of the key. It's going to be Dixon guarding Staton as Staton drives into the paint. Layup goes long, but rebounded by Derek Queen. It's going to be a loose ball. It's going to be out. John Dixon lands on the baseline, and it will be St. Francis ball with Ireland inbounding it. It's going to be Lamoth top of the wing, guarded by Walsh. Reese with the inside pass. With the inside pass to Derek Queen, good. Put St. Francis on the board early.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem, that sheer size inside that the Eagles didn't really have in that first game. Now they have it with St. Francis.
Definitely. St. Francis has two fairly sizable players playing. As Johnson misses the layup, Julian Reese being 6'10" and Queen being 6'8". St. Francis converting on the layup as Johnson now brings the ball up for the Dons. Staten looks to poke the ball out, but Johnson recovers the loose ball. It's going to be intercepted by Queen as Staten brings the ball up. Staten's pass is intercepted by Ryan Johnson as he brings the ball up on fast break. Passes it to Dixon in the corner. He's unable to handle it. Hepting with the block on the dunk, but Queen soon able to put it back.
Yeah, and talking about those guards earlier, they do seem a little bit nervous at the start of this game.
Walsh bringing it around, passing it over. Smith on the drive into the corner. Hepting with the contested three, and that's good.
Yeah, that's great off-ball movement there. You see Smith was dead stalemate in that corner, and Charlie Hepting comes around, gets open, converts a three.
It's going to be Lamoth with the three off the wing, and that's good. St. Francis now up 9-3 with 5:25 remaining in the first. Walsh with the pass to Johnson in the corner. Johnson's layup goes long, rebounded by Queen. It's going to be looks like it's going to be a blocking foul on Cam Smith.
Yeah, this backcourt for the Loyola Dons has to get back on the defensive end, as that's about 3 times now they've come away in transition.
It's going to be Owen Fisher and Uche Unegbu checking in for Dixon and Johnson. Looks like there's some confusion between the referees and the scorers table. Not completely sure what's happening there, but it looks like play will start back up. So Ireland gets it into Reese. It's going to be off of Loyola. It's going to be St. Francis ball on the baseline. It's going to be Staten bringing it around. Ireland with the ball guarded by Unegbu. St. Francis getting some good offensive movement as Lamas' three-pointer is no good. Rebounded by Walsh. Walsh the long 6'7" forward. Driving into the paint. Layup goes long. Reese's layup goes long. It's rebounded by Smith. Walsh looks to draw contact, doesn't get it. Staten with the backdoor cut, able to get the layup good, brings St. Francis' lead up to 8.
Yeah, I think Cam Smith probably should have came at him a little bit harder and made him, I guess scared him in a sense, as he kind of let him go reverse there.
Walsh able to draw the contact. And that's going to be an M1, drawing the blocking foul from Kyrie Staten.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable shot right there, and you can see him as well as a little bit nervous to start this game out. His touch has been a little bit all over the place, but he hit the right spot on the backboard there.
Walsh's free throw is good, cutting St. Francis lead down to 5 as Lamoth brings the ball up. Queen with the open 3, and that's good.
Yeah, Hepting got caught in that jumble in the middle of the paint, and he couldn't close out.
It's going to be Walsh guarded by Queen. Good man rotation on defense there by St. Francis, forcing the turnover.
Especially early in the game, you want to make easier passes there. You force one down to the baseline outside. There's like a 26-foot pass, so you just want to make the easy pass, especially playing a great team like St. Francis.
Smith, fast break layup, no good. Fisher able to draw contact in the paint, going to the line for 2.
That was a smart play from Fisher not to go up right away, stay disciplined down, drew the foul.
Fisher's first shot is good as Ryder Drew will check in for Charlie Hepting. Fisher's second free throw short as Smith able to grab the offensive rebound. It's going to be a backcourt violation as Smith looked to get it to Unegbu, but he wasn't able to get over quick enough.
Again, right there, I mean, that's undisciplined. He had plenty of time to throw that pass, and he just rushed it. They just need to relax 5 minutes into the game.
Reese looks unable to get his first layup go as he had contact from Smith, able to get the second one to go.
Yeah, and Coach Tavalli thinks that's a foul. I agree with him. It looks like he gave him a little elbow there, threw him down.
Drew with the wing three-pointer, no good. Smith unable to get the rebound. That's going to be off of Loyola on the baseline. It will be St. Francis ball.
That's the second time they haven't, looked in a pass and turned their head before they actually had the ball. So, I've said it multiple times, but just keep relaxing in this game.
It's going to be Reese on the baseline with the turnaround jumper. No good. Queen able to tip that back in. Something Loyola's got to do there, especially from Walsh, being able to somewhat match up size-wise with Queen, is he's got to box out in the paint, making sure at least if Queen's going to tip that, he gets the over-the-back foul.
Yeah, and if you're Julian Reese, don't overdo it. I mean, you had him beat, and then he kind of had him made another move, and he turned right into Cam Smith's defense.
Brooks, what do you think Loyola needs to do coming out of this timeout to cut down that 11-point St. Francis lead?
Yeah, well, the turnovers, just simple mistakes. I mean, I said it twice, not looking in the pass, and St. Francis coming away in transition early. It's simple stuff like that where you see that with a rec basketball team making mistakes.
And with this first timeout, we'd like to invite you to join the Blue and Gold Community Partners Program. This program offers a direct way to support our Dons and their Blakefield experience while also establishing a close relationship with the school and our community. For more information, please visit loyolablakefield.org/communitypartners. Coming out of the timeout, it's going to be Unegbu bringing the ball up for the Dons. Guarded by Staten. Walsh looks to drive into the paint, gets triple teamed, unable to draw contact as Ireland brings the ball up. Queen with the good feed to Reese as Reese finishes at the rim.
I'd like to see them man him up and not have it and just have some help instead of, kind of let him stand in that baseline and get passes like that.
Staten finishes the fast break with a quick layup, bringing St. Francis lead up to 15. Fast break coming off an air ball from Cam Smith as he looked to draw contact. Walsh getting some contact, no foul called there. Finishes at the rim. Good no-look pass there from Julian Reese to Jonathan Lamont on the baseline.
Great cut, and you would like to see Ryder Drew just focus on manning him up and not try and read what the defense is doing.
Smith driving the baseline. Good spin. Unable to finish. It's going to be off Loyola, and it'll be St. Francis ball.
Yeah, and this team, it's so intimidating. You can see the Dons, you can see them just kind of standing there, the St. Francis defense, and it's scaring Loyola into taking shots, with not 100% confidence. You just got to give kudos to the Panthers defense right there. I mean, I'm afraid of what they're doing right now. I mean, it looks like they can block at any time just because of their athleticism from 1 to 5.
Staten with the corner three. No good, goes in and out. Reese able to draw the foul. No shot. It's going to be an on-the-floor foul. Able to draw it off the rebound. But checking in for the Dons on this, it would be number 23, Bashaw and Galloway, number 10, Ryan Johnson, and number 5, Ty Hapting for Smith, Unegbu, and Drew. Queen with the three off the wing, goes long. Fisher able to grab the rebound. Fisher on the transition, able to get the shooting foul, drawing contact from number 5, Jonathan Lamoth. And so far in the past 2 games at home this season, that's definitely one of Ben Fisher's strong suits, is drawing contact in the paint. Fisher able to sink his first free throw, cutting that St. Francis lead down to 14. Sinks his second free throw. As Lamoth will bring it up with just over 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Good double team by Walsh and Galloway. Gets it to Reese in the paint. And with that Julian Reese bucket, that'll close out the first quarter up 20, with St. Francis up 26-11.
We'd like to take a moment to recognize one of our blue and gold community partners. The Jesuit community of Loyola University, Maryland, shares in the mission of the Worldwide Society of Jesus. This mission includes the service of faith and the promotion of justice in dialogue with cultures and with other religions. These values characterize its commitment to the educational apostolate at Loyola University, Loyola Blakefield, Cristo Rey, and St. Ignatius Academy in Baltimore.
And coming into the second quarter, there's going to be a couple substitutions for St. Francis. Checking in, it's going to be number 2, Elijah Davis, number 24, Daquan Davis, and number 0, Tevin Curtis. Brooks, if you're Coach Davali, what are you trying to do going into the second quarter?
Well, it's all the offense, just relaxing, not focusing on if you get blocked or if they get a tip, just getting into your shot, get the off-ball movement going. Don't try and make a play by yourself. Pass the ball around, like right there, dribbling into 3 guys, kick that out.
Davis goes up for the layup in transition, fouled by Galloway. That'll send him to the line for 2.
Yeah, and this is great help by St. Francis, making a big guy like Gavin Walsh, who's athletic, making him become a passer as he dribbles right in. They bring over the help, and he actually gets through it, but then, they get that tip and he loses it. So that's great defense, making a guy question whether or not to pass it or continue with the ball and drive the whole way in.
It's going to be Dixon checking back into the game for Fisher.
And you just see how fast the Panthers are. I mean, that's the 4th time now they've had a chance to score in transition with, 5 seconds into the shot clock.
Davis's second free throw is no good, as Johnson now has the ball top of the front court. Loyola getting some good movement. Galloway came up on the baseline, but Dixon took the shot for himself. No good. It's going to be Davis bringing the ball up.
They're bringing pressure in the right places so that they're forcing them to make long passes.
Davis's free throw, short, bounces off top of the backboard.
Yeah, and it seems like this zone is working a little bit by forcing St. Francis to shoot it outside. You've seen that in multiple instances where they've had wide open shots and they haven't converted. So you want to keep doing that and just maybe have your guys, if you're coached to volley, be more aware of who's inside so you can get that help and make them kick it out and let up that three. You know, you'd rather have that than some wide open big dunks from Reese.
Walsh able to finish at the rim off the pass. It's going to be Reese pulling up from the top of the key. No good. Dixon able to grab the rebound, bring it into transition. Layup goes long as Walsh is able to put that back. Walsh, definitely not one of the faster guys on the floor, but able to use his body in the paint to be able to create his own shots. Lamoth with the three-pointer off the front of the rim. Reese able to grab the rebound. They're gonna say Reese was out on the baseline. It would be Loyola ball.
Yeah, and if you're Gavin Walsh down there and you're behind Julian Reese, just be physical with him. You know, you've seen him in multiple instances where he's just kind of standing there expecting the ball to come to him. If you're physical with him, you can grab a rebound over him. As he was physical, he didn't get it because of that sheer length, but then he, bobbles it and goes out of bounds.
Walsh with the three-pointer goes long. Definitely a new look defensively for Loyola to see. St. Francis now running a 2-3 zone. Is Walsh unable to slam it in? It's definitely a different look from what Loyola typically sees as a man-to-man. St. Francis running a 2-3 zone with Reese in the center.
Yeah, and both teams going zone right now.
It's going to be a foul on Walsh. It'll be an on-the-floor foul as Walsh and Ty Hepting check out for Cam Smith and Charlie Hepting. Dixon able to tip the pass going to Elijah Davis. Dixon, corner three, off the front of the rim. Put back by Cam Smith. Not good twice. It's going to be the rebound by Lamoth.
And they've had opportunities right at the rim. They just haven't converted. That's that intimidating factor from St. Francis.
It's going to be Elijah Davis on the wing, guarded by John Dixon, double team. Lamoth able to finish on the drive from the baseline.
Yeah, and that's so powerful right there and strong. As he goes the whole way in, it looks like he's just going to, fly right into Johnson, and then that athleticism to move over and get the angle for the layup.
Hepting unable to control the pass, so it'll be a turnover. Daquan Davis blocked by Cam Smith, bringing Dixon into transition. Dixon unable to get the finish as he's blocked by Lamoth.
And everybody looks so big on St. Francis, where Dixon, he had Johnson over on that left side wide open, but since Elijah Davis is standing right there, who doesn't even seem that big, but he really just, again, that being intimidating like that, it's really tough to make that pass for Dixon where he's not even being selfish. That literally seemed to be the right play.
It's a good hustle play there on the baseline by Cam Smith, diving for the ball, getting it out to Johnson. Galloway's wing three, good. Good shot there by Galloway, cutting St. Francis lead down to 11.
Well, St. Francis is challenging them to shoot it. They're bringing more guys inside now, recognizing Gavin Walsh, Cam Smith, and these buckets that they've almost had and they have gotten.
It's going to be a travel on number 0, Tevin Curtis, as Walsh will check in for Charlie Hepting.
That was a good call. Now you feel the momentum starting to get with Loyola, their defense starting to become more settled, and their offense, it just seems like they were a little nervous in that first quarter. Now they're starting to relax, and you got 3:50 left in the second.
It's going to be Staten and Ireland checking in for Daquan Davis.
And also not letting your offense your offense giving St. Francis offense, because you do have a pretty good set offense. Don't turn the ball over and let them get out in transition.
Looks like that's going to be off of St. Francis. St. Francis coach not too happy with that call as Johnson's going to be bringing it up. Looks like St. Francis switched back man-to-man. Smith able to get the recovered pass. Walsh, corner three, long. Galloway able to get the rebound and finish at the bucket. Good heads-up play there by Galloway, seeing that he's got the paint wide open. It's going to be a blocking foul on Galloway.
Yeah, if you're St. Francis, you just want to sit back in your defense and let Loyola beat you from outside. Don't overrun passes. Don't try and get steals. You have unbelievable talent. Don't try and get cute on the defensive end and the offensive end.
It's going to be Elijah Davis bringing the ball up, guarded by John Dixon. Queen's pass tipped by Walsh, but gets to Staten. Staten's pull-up jumper long. Johnson able to grab the rebound. Walsh able to finish at the bucket once again.
I didn't expect him to take it, as he had Galloway wide open. I don't think St. Francis either expected him to take it. That's why, that athleticism and that strength inside got him the bucket with two guys down at the post.
Ireland's three ball long. It's going to be tipped from Elijah Davis, and it'll be Loyola ball.
This is unbelievable defense from the Dons right now. Again, not letting your offense give St. Francis offense, getting set, and they're getting back in transition after these scores. So this is just great basketball you're seeing right now from Loyola.
Johnson getting it over to Walsh. Walsh looked to spin off a Queen, gets blocked by Ireland.
Yeah, and Ireland was reading that Walsh wasn't looking to pass the ball in this game so far, and Davali didn't think that ball was tipped out of bounds by Loyola.
Definitely questionable there. From our angle up on the indoor track, it looked like that wasn't tipped, and that could be Loyola ball.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Staten kicking out to a wide open Queen in the corner. That three ball long. Johnson bringing it up in transition. Able to feed it to Dixon, but that gets tipped out of bounds by Staten.
Yeah, keep your zone compact around that painted area, and don't worry about the three-point shot right now. It doesn't seem like it's a big factor in this game.
And with that timeout, we'd like to take a moment to recognize another one of our blue and gold community partners. First National Bank is proud to be a sponsor of Loyola Blakefield Athletics, home of the Dons. At FNB, we believe that our local communities are the lifeblood of the markets we serve. Our involvement with Loyola Blakefield in the athletics program are just a small way FNB gives back to local communities everywhere. Please stop by our closest branch in Towson at 1 West Pennsylvania Avenue, or visit our other branches in Baltimore, Hartford, and Howard counties. You may also visit us online at www.fnb-online.com. First National Bank, member FDIC. Loyola's definitely got to keep that backside movement going on their offense, looking to get open buckets some way. Walsh able to break through the double team. Double clutch layup, no good, as Reese grabs the rebound there.
Yeah, and you're going to see St. Francis start to bring more guys over to Walsh, as he seems like he's going to be a big scorer right now with the way he's been playing aggressively.
Dixon able to get Reese with the up fake. Good pull-up jumper there by Dixon on the wing. On the elbow. Cut St. Francis lead down to 5.
You love to see that. I love seeing a passing basketball team, but when one guy can make a play like that, you can't dislike it.
Reese able to draw the foul, driving into the paint. That foul's going to be on number 1, Cam Smith.
Well, I mean, he's 6'10", and just insane athleticism. So there's not much you can do to stop that. But again, keeping that zone compact, bringing more guys over to help. You have some small guards that where he holds the ball sometimes. That's where their head is. So you can, swipe in, get steals, and keep him outside shooting threes. I mean, he did take one earlier in the game. If he knocks one down on you, he knocks one down on you. But you don't want him getting inside and getting easy buckets and also fouling. I mean, missing a free throw there. It doesn't seem like he's the greatest shooter.
Definitely, Reese is definitely probably the most talented player on this floor. Class of 2021, signed to go play at Maryland, 4-star recruit. Cross-court pass to Dixon, pull-up jumper off the back of the rim. Statton able to grab the rebound. Statton's definitely one of the more talented players on this court too. Signed to go to Delaware State to play. Reese able to draw contact in the paint once again.
I know Cam Smith doesn't like that, but that's the right call. Anytime you clamp down like that with that upper body, they're going to call that.
Reese able to sink his first free throw, bringing the St. Francis lead back up to 7. That's going to be Charlie Hepting checking into the game for Cam Smith. Reese's second free throw off back rim, rebounded by Walsh as Johnson brings the ball. Fisher drives the corner. Shot goes off back rim, rebounded by Reese. Ireland passing it over to Lamoth in the corner. Dixon with the tip. Great athletic play there. Lamoth no look pass to Statton in the paint. Brings St. Francis' lead back up to 9.
You'd like to see Hepting just grab that ball and not try and tip it. And I don't know if he had the ability to grab it, but if he did, don't try and get cute with a team like St. Francis that is this good.
It looks like it might have been a foul on number 5, Jonathan Lamoth. It's going to be Dixon inbounding the ball, gets it into Walsh. It's going to be Walsh guarded man-to-man by Queen. Fisher's 3, no good. And with that missed three-pointer from Owen Fisher, your score at halftime is St. Francis 33, Loyola 24. For Brooks Markle, I'm Joe Eldridge. We'll be back after the half. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the start of the second half between your Loyola Dons and the St. Francis Academy Panthers. I'm Joe Eldridge here with Brooks Markle. Brooks, what do you think Loyola needs to do coming out of the half down 9 to this powerful St. Francis team?
Well, it's going to help to deny Julian Reese the ball, not bring help on ball, but honestly off ball, because St. Francis hasn't been great from outside. So you can afford to off ball help and have a somewhat open 3 from outside and just see if they're making it.
Ireland's three-pointer good there.
Well, it seems like they are.
It's going to be Johnson bringing the ball up for the Dons, guarded by Ireland. It's definitely a matchup right here you want to look for is Cam Smith against Julian Reese. Hepting able to get the finish at the rim. Good athletic play at the rim there by Hepting.
Yeah.
Being able to finish through contact.
Yeah, that's really a nice little shot there to get through those 2 defenders. With that help even still scoring, you love to see that.
Staten in the corner with the up fake. Statton's pass intercepted by Hepting as Walsh brings the ball up the floor. Johnson able to get the and one and finish with contact.
Beautiful discipline D from Gavin Walsh right there. Staying calm, not jumping up, not fouling. And then great read from Charlie Hepting over on the wing to steal it. In transition, 3-on-2. That's how you finish.
Foul's going to be on number 13, Byron Ireland. As Johnson converts the and one. Johnson, is the smallest player on the court right now, standing only 5'8", able to use his body in the paint to draw contact. It's going to be Reese guarded by Smith, now at the top of the key. Reese with the three-pointer, long. Walsh able to get the rebound.
That's great lax coverage from Cam Smith.
Walsh is finished at the rim, no good. Looked like he could have passed it as he had Dixon wide open in the corner.
Yeah, and you could see, going back to that miss from Julian Reese, how far Cam Smith was backed up. Just get a little closeout, a little bit of a contest, and that's exactly how you play D on him, because it doesn't seem like he's the greatest shooter. You don't want him inside. That's how you play defense against Julian Reese.
It's going to be Johnson against Staten. Walsh driving in. Able to draw contact as it looked like Reese went to block it. Draws contact, sending Walsh to the line for 2.
Yeah, and they can cut it down to 5 now with 6:07 left in the third quarter. You're in a fine spot right now if you're the Dons.
Loyola putting themselves in a good position, down by 7 right now. It's definitely an interesting game for me to watch growing up playing AAU with guys on St. Francis like Kai Staten. It's definitely interesting seeing them playing out on the floor and being able to commentate over watching them play. It's definitely an interesting experience. Walsh's second free throw goes long as Smith able to grab the offensive board. It's going to be Johnson now at the top, feeding into Smith, who's got a 3-inch, I had a 4-inch height difference on Kai Staten. Is Dixon being physical in the paint, unable to finish though. That's going to be a foul on Dixon.
Well, Loyola's getting the looks. They're playing physical. They're getting offensive boards as St. Francis isn't boxing out. Cam Smith getting the rebound there. I mean, he just kind of tipped it up, no box out. You'd like to see a little bit more physicality from St. Francis because they have tons of talent.
It's going to be Lamoth guarded by Hepting. Ireland drives in the paint. That layup's no good, but it will stay on the St. Francis end of the floor.
And a big thing about help is you want to bring it at the right time, in the middle of the drive where he can't stop and pass it out. So if you bring it too early, then he will have that ability to pass it out or get you on a fake because you're off balance.
Staten with the up fake. His jumper, no good. See, draws the foul from Walsh. Excuse me, that foul is going to be on Dixon. I'll send Staten to the line for 2. Staten's first free throw rolls back in. St. Francis now up 37-30 with 5:16 left in the third. Staten hits his second. Looks like St. Francis now going with a full court press. It's going to be Johnson bringing the ball up against Ireland. Walsh looking to get contact, airballs that. Staten grabs the rebound, brings it up. Queen's pass tipped out of bounds by Walsh. They'll stay on the St. Francis end with Lamothe inbounding it off the baseline.
Yeah, I think they got unlucky there. I actually think that slipped out of Queen's hands, and then Cam Smith jumped a little bit too early, and it tipped off of him.
It's going to be Ireland with the ball up near midcourt, guarded by Johnson. Quick double team, and that's going to be a walk on Ireland, and that will be a turnover and will be St. Francis ball.
Risky play with Cam Smith leaving his man and Julian Reese, who seems like to be the best player on the floor. Maybe not in this game, but that Maryland commit, and that's how you got to play it. You're down 8, you got to make some plays. That's what you love to see.
And that definitely will be a common occurrence. It looked like Ireland just slipped on that. This floor surface is definitely more slick than traditional hardwood.
Yeah, and you could feel the momentum kind of turning the other way with some cold offense. So that's a smart double, actually.
Ball's taken out from Walsh as Staten able to finish with a quick reverse layup, bringing that St. Francis lead up to 10 with just over 4 minutes remaining.
Yeah, that's such a tough position for Gavin Walsh to pass in. So he just dribbles it down, puts his head down, and they get it away. They bring over that help. That's smart from St. Francis, recognizing that.
Smith's corner 3, good, over Julian Reese. Cutting that St. Francis lead down to 7 as Lamothe will have the ball up at midcourt.
Yeah, plenty of time, 3:45 left in the third. They just got to relax.
Ireland with the three-pointer off the wing, good, with Walsh's hand in his face.
That's a big-time response, changing that momentum once again.
It's going to be Johnson in the paint, guarded by Staten, but layup will be blocked by Jonathan Lamothe. It'll be Loyola ball off the baseline.
Again, they recognize, they trust in their other players. He's got nowhere to go, so that's why you can come over there and trust that Johnson's going to shoot that, and then he can swat it out of there.
Checking in for St. Francis is number 2, Elijah Davis, in for Kyrie Staten. Is Johnson able to finish with, looks like some contact from Davis as he comes up a little bit slow. It's going to be Reese in the corner, guarded by Smith. Draws the double team. His pass intercepted by Walsh. Johnson's layup was blocked by Lamothe, but Charlie Hepting able to finish at the rim, cutting that St. Francis lead back down to 6.
Well, that's basketball IQ right there from the Dons, knowing that Reese is in a tough spot to get passes away, so they bring over that double.
Lamothe, deep 3 off the front of the rim, rebounded by Walsh as he'll bring it up the floor.
And you saw Reese standing there earlier in the game, really under the hoop on the baseline.
Complete miscommunication there from Johnson and Walsh. As Queen throws his body into Johnson to be able to get the M1 to put himself to the line.
I mean, he's also half his size, and that's just not the foul you want. Let him get the layup. I mean, your foul isn't really going to do anything to that shot just with that size mismatch.
Checking in for Loyola is going to be number 23, Bashawn Galloway, and number 3, Uche Unegbu, in for Johnson and Hepting.
Yeah, but going back to Reese standing below the basket, you got to get him in that spot where if they're going to make him pass it down low, you're going to want to have it under the hoop so he doesn't have a lot of space. And you're going to want to read it right away so you can get there early and not let him put it on the floor, make a move, get out of there.
Loyola was able to beat that zone press from St. Francis as Galloway's got it at the wing, passing over to Walsh. Walsh with the three. Good. Definitely one of Walsh's best skills there is his three ball. Hasn't been using it that much this year, especially if you were watching last year. Walsh was known for his three-point shot. Good steal there by Galloway. Able to get the foul from Lamoth, going for the reverse layup finish. Good heads-up play there by Galloway, getting himself to the line for 2 shots. Currently down 5, 45-40 with 1:45 remaining in the third.
Yeah, and we see the emergence of the three-point shot in basketball now, but it's not only one more point than a 2, but it's also a momentum boost. And you see the more physical D to get the steal. It's all about momentum in basketball, and a three-point shot is one of the best ways to get it.
It's going to be Tevin Curtis and Byron Ireland checking in for St. Francis. Galloway able to hit his second free throw, cutting that St. Francis lead down to 4. It's going to be Reese having the top of the ball, top of the key, guarded by Smith. St. Francis keeping the ball up in the air, not putting it down on the floor. Curtis's three off the Reese double team, no good. So that's going to be a walk on Julian Reese, turning the ball over, giving it to the Dons. Good defense there in the paint by the Dons, especially with Walsh and Fisher.
Yeah, and I was talking about that help coming with Reese in that corner. They bring over that help, and they're trusting that they can get a good enough contest that he's going to miss that shot. That's exactly what I was talking about, and it's exactly what happened in that last play. And that's a 10-second violation from Unegbu.
Definitely just an unawareness play there by Unegbu, not pushing the ball up in time.
That hurts too. I mean, they could have made it one possession game. You give St. Francis life under a minute here in the third quarter too. Now, if you score that, you use up some of that clock a little bit more. Then, you know, you got maybe one more possession. If you get a stop and you can tie the game. It looks like the Volley's arguing something.
But something offensively you definitely don't want to see there from Loyola. Having a silly turnover like that where it's something under your control. You could have pushed the floor just a little bit more. And it will be St. Francis' ball at midcourt with 59 seconds remaining in the third. As Ireland brings it up, guarded by Owen Fisher. It's going to be Queen handing it off to Daquan Davis. It's going to be a travel on Tevin Curtis, giving Loyola ball.
Yeah, that travel they'll find every time, just moving your feet before you put it down on the floor. And it's a travel that's really tough to defend if they don't call it, because it's that, you know, milliseconds of hesitation for the defender.
Smith passing it over to Unegbu. Ball poked out from Smith. Reese in fast break, able to finish at the rim. It's going to bring St. Francis lead up to 6, up 47-41. With just over 10 seconds left in the third quarter.
Use the whole clock.
Galloway's three very short.
Still time.
Ireland with the last second three, no good.
Ooh, that would have been a big time shot.
And with the end of the third quarter, we'd like to take a moment to talk about another one of the Blue and Gold community partners, 1-800-GOT-JUNK. 1-800-GOT-JUNK is another one of our community partners and the world's largest junk removal service. They make the ordinary business of junk removal exceptional by sending a team of 2 friendly, capable pros who will do all the removal from anywhere, inside or out. They'll finish up with the thorough broom cleanup. Up to 60% of the items they collect are donated or recycled, and if you call before 2 p.m., they guarantee same-day service within 90 minutes of your call. From one item to many truckloads, nothing is too much to ask. Stop staring at that junk pile. Call them today. They are available 7 days a week until midnight.
Another one of the sponsors is the Fidelity Business Services Group, is a proud sponsor of Blue and Gold Community Partner and brings in the best-in-class expertise in integrated technical building services to our country's most important industries. Fidelity Building Service Group service represents the leading edge of the integrated technical building services industry. They have the unique ability to ensure that a building is performing at peak efficiency under all operating conditions and to keep it that way. The expertise they bring to the table delivers extraordinary experiences to building management and occupants alike.
Coming out of the third quarter, it's going to be Unegbu drawing the foul on number 0, Tevin Curtis. It's going to be Fisher inbounding it to Walsh. It's going to be Walsh guarded by Julian Reese right there. Walsh with the pull-up 3, rolls in and out as Ireland brings the ball up.
That's a good shot, though.
Reese finishing high up at the rim, putting it in over Walsh.
Yeah, and Walsh has got to trust the other defender. I know that's a really tough spot and it's instinct, but you cannot let Reese go unlooked.
It's going to be a foul on number 3, Kyrie Staten. As number 20, Charlie Hepting, checks in for Brashawn Galloway. Unegbu now with the ball guarded by Curtis. Gets a screen from Walsh. It looks like that's going to be another foul on Kyrie Staten, his second on this possession. Looks like they're calling it as a knee to Charlie Hepting.
And Charles Hebron, the coach of St. Francis, better watch it right now. You have an 8-point lead. You don't want any technical fouls. You don't want stuff like that. Yep.
It looks like they're going to tee up Julian Reese there.
I mean, that's just the dumbest thing you can possibly do in that situation. I can't. There's no argument that you can say that arguing with the ref up 8 with 7:11 left in the fourth quarter, being one of the best teams in the nation, is an okay thing to do. And it's really led on by the coach of St. Francis.
Walsh able to hit his first technical free throw. Hebron's still arguing with the ref there about what to do. As Walsh hits that second free throw short, cutting that St. Francis lead down to 7 with 7:11 left. Julian Reese definitely got to be careful there. So if he does get another technical, he'll be gone for the rest of the game. It's going to be Fisher inbounding it to Negbu. Hepting unable to control the pass in the paint. Picked off by Staten.
Yeah, especially in the fourth, you can't have turnovers like that.
Davis's three-pointer is long, but it's easily rebounded by Reese. It's going to be Byron Ireland with the ball at the up near midcourt, guarded by Walsh. Curtis with the corner three, off back rim. Negbu grabs the rebound, looking to dribble out of a double team. And that's going to be a foul on Gavin Walsh.
Well, you said it, dribble out of a double team. I mean, that's not going to work, especially with his size, because a guy bigger, they can deflect passes.
That foul from Walsh will send Daquan Davis, the freshman, to the free throw line for 2.
And going back to the turnover from Charlie Hepting, with 6:27 left in the fourth quarter now, you cannot have those little mistakes, especially they were down 7, but now they're down 8 points. So this is going to be a tough comeback. It's going to have to be led on by your defense, getting turnovers, getting easy buckets in transition, because there just is not a lot of time left to make this comeback.
St. Francis is going to go with the full court man press. It's Johnson, who came in for New Negbu, who's got the ball. Walsh now bringing it up. One of the things that'll definitely help on this possession is Julian Reese has subbed out for the Panthers. Johnson with the ball. Kicking out to Hepting. Hepting's three, no good. Stanton goes for the rebound, able to dive on the ball. That's going to be a jump ball.
I think they called timeout.
Looks like there'll be a timeout for St. Francis. And with that timeout, we'd like to mention another one of our community partners, the Whitting-Turner Contracting Company. A longtime partner of Loyola Blakefield, Whitting-Turner continues its work on the Innovative Learning Center. Despite COVID-19, they've stayed on schedule with this cutting-edge space will be open to students for the 2021-2022 academic year as planned. Whitting-Turner has a strong presence throughout the country, but is headquartered here in Baltimore. They recognize the value in community involvement and pride themselves on familiarity with local communities and their ability to give clients the attention of a small business with the resources of a national corporation. We are grateful for their continued support of our Dons. Coming out of the timeout, it's going to be Davis bringing the ball up for the Panthers, guarded by Johnson. It's going to be a turnover on Queen as Walsh gets the ball. Walsh's pass tipped up by Stanton, picked off by Queen. Davis able to finish, bringing that St. Francis lead up to 11.
Yeah, St. Francis recognizing the not very disciplined Loyola press break, and just, guys making mistakes. But Walsh has got to get that out of his hands right away. He hesitated, and then they brought that double, and they got the deflection.
Smith with the three-pointer, good. Cutting that St. Francis lead back down to 8. This will be Ireland bringing the ball up. Good offensive rotation there by Loyola, able to get Smith somewhat open. Good heads-up play there by Smith, being able to take that shot.
Now you're about even with those mistakes, so now you got to pick it up just under 5 minutes to go.
Johnson's going to recover
foul,
that ball. It'll be a blocking foul on Derek Queen.
Yeah, that was a smart play, actually, right there. That is Queen trying to get him out of bounds. Sometimes, I don't even know sometimes. They'll usually give the offense a call there. But
that Julian Reese will check in for Daquan Davis. And with that foul, St. Francis now has 17 fouls, and Loyola will be at the line for 1-and-1. Johnson able to hit that first free throw. Johnson's second free throw good, cutting that St. Francis lead back down to 6. As Ireland will once again bring the ball up, guarded by Johnson.
Well, now knowing that he's in the bonus, that wasn't a good foul.
Good steal there by Fisher. Great heads-up play there. Seeing that pass coming, picking it off, and being able to finish at the rim on the fast break, cutting that lead back down to 4. Loyola what many would think to be not very close to this game. Loyola keeping it close, only down by 4. Ireland being able to find an open lane, getting it to Staten in the paint.
Yeah, and you saw they wanted a double dribble, and they're right. I mean, that was a double dribble. They missed the call. That's a huge missed call, though. That's a lot of momentum gone.
Walsh looking to draw contact, doesn't get it. And that's going to be Loyola ball as it came off of the fingertips of Lamothe. Quan Davis will check in for St. Francis for Byron, Ireland. Be Walsh on the baseline inbounding it. Johnson driving in the paint, feeding it to Fisher. Good block there by Jonathan Lamothe. Getting St. Francis the ball back. 3:40 remaining in the game. St. Francis up 55-49. Lamothe with the deep 3 off front rim. Smith able to get the tip in back in from Walsh.
Keep the Deacon packed. They're not making it.
Dixon's pull-up jumper goes long. But he's able to recover it, force the turnover.
What speed from Dixon.
It's like there, Coach DeValle will call a timeout. And with that timeout call, we'd like to make a couple thank yous. On production today, we'd like to thank our producer, Jay Patotsky, and our cameraman, Graham Arison. And as always, we'd love to thank our broadcasting club sponsor, Mr. Nitty, being able to help us run everything. It's going to be Fisher inbounding the ball, getting it back to Walsh. Got Johnson guarded by Staten right now. Looking to get some offensive rotation by the Dons. Getting into Smith in the paint. Smith able to get the little hook shot over Queen, cutting that lead back down to 4. Just over 2:45 remaining. St. Francis up 55-51.
And I know it's scary putting up a 3 with only a 6-point lead, but I think you want to help on Cam Smith and Gavin Walsh.
And that's definitely someone you don't want to leave open in the corners. Kyrie Staten. Smith gets the block there. Johnson able to recover it. Fisher looking to make the athletic lay-in. Doesn't get it to go as Reese will pick up the rebound.
Just too strong right there from Fisher, but I thought he had it, but then right as he shot it, I don't think he was far enough under. That's why he had to put it up that strong.
Smith looks to draw the foul off the drive from Lamothe, not able to get it as Reese finishes at the bucket, bringing the St. Francis lead back up to 6 as Dixon brings the ball up for the Dons.
Well, that's genius from Lamothe right there. He's been standing out there shooting those 3s, and for him to drive, get the defender off guard, because I think the defender was also expecting Lamothe to shoot, and then dishing it inside with Cam Smith trying to draw that charge. That's just perfect basketball from St. Francis now with the 6-point lead, 1:49 left.
Definitely. Loyola's definitely got to come out with some energy, looking to stop St. Francis in the paint. They haven't been the best outside shooters today, but have been lethal, especially with Julian Reese in the paint. Definitely got to be able to shut that down, especially with some solid inside defenders you have with like Cam Smith and Gavin Walsh. But also got to keep that versatility, protecting guys like Staten and Lamothe from driving inside.
And now you don't want any help at this point. in the game. Trust in your offense to slow it down when Loyola brings help onto Julian Reese and guys like Derek Queen inside. You want to just not even shoot that three, maybe even pump fake and drive inside. Or if it's wide open, then let it go if you have that. But you have a 6-point lead. There's 1:49 left. If you use your possessions wisely, don't turn the ball over, and just get one bucket, this game is almost out of reach if you deny that three from the Dons.
It's going to be Smith bringing the ball up, guarded by Julian Reese. Gets the pick from Gavin Walsh. His drive is no good as Reese gets the rebound, bringing the ball up for St. Francis.
Great straight up D there from St. Francis.
Queen with the three, off back rim, rebounded by Dixon.
That's a bad shot. I mean, too much time left. Loyola's got a chance.
Fisher with the corner.
Oh, he made it too.
Looks like they're going to call travel on the step back from Owen Fisher, turning the ball over. Would have been a crucial play there if Fisher hadn't been called for a travel as he made that three-pointer.
Yeah, it's just instinct to step back like that, but to put it on the floor seems like so much more, and I understand why he did that. It's just the wrong play.
Reese with the shot, foot on the line, no good, as Queen will bring it back out.
Yeah, that was another shot too early, but they got the rebound. You have to be physical inside and get those boards, and now they got a reset shot clock with 53 seconds left. And a 6-point lead. This comeback for the Dons looks to be almost out of reach.
Loyola's definitely just got to come out of the gates running out of this timeout. Look to catch St. Francis off guard. Got to bring some heat on the offensive side, being able to run fast break, because that's where a lot of their good points have been able to come off of. It was off of sloppy plays from St. Francis and turning those into quick fast break points.
Yeah, and now you want to use all that shot clock, as I said earlier. That was a great timeout to get your offense a little bit more disciplined by using that shot clock. I hope that's what Heborn was telling them in that quick huddle.
It's going to be Staten inbounding the ball for St. Francis. 53 seconds left. Queen on the drive. Walk. It looked like that would have been a walk. I would have called a walk there, but they're going to call no walk, and it'll be St. Francis 8-point lead. Questionable call there. It looked like Lamont's feet weren't really set as he made contact with Dixon. They're going to call a charge on that. St. Francis now with the ball up 8, 37 seconds left.
Yeah, I like that call right there. I mean, he might have had his feet moving, but that's just a great play. I think you got to respect it as an official, standing in there taking that charge. And you can get so technical by saying, well, his feet were moving barely or his body wasn't straight up, but I like the call with the charge. I mean, I obviously don't like it, but I think it's the right call.
Owen Fisher's going to check back in for Hepting. It's going to be a foul on Fisher. Looks like that'll send St. Francis to the line for 1-1. Looks like to be 29 seconds left. St. Francis up 8. It'll be Jonathan Lamoth at the free throw line. Lamoth able to sink his first free throw, bringing St. Francis' lead up 9. Lamoth hitting that second free throw. Now up 61-51. Just over 25 seconds left. Looks like St. Francis went back to their 2-3 zone. As Staten's able to pick off that pass from Johnson, bring that lead back up to 12. Walsh looking to drive in the paint. Looks to get contact, doesn't get it. Queen looks to send it up the floor to Staten.
Oh,
As Staten's layup is good. And that's going to be the end of the game there. And with that layup from Kyrie Staten, St. Francis will take the win, 65-53. For Brooks Markle, I'm Joe Eldridge. Thank you and have a great night.